Change was already coming to UIW next year, with 6 of their top 8 players either graduating or transferring. Head women's basketball coach Jeff Dow knew his work would be cut out for him heading into his second season at the helm. But with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, Dow has had to adjust his plans for the future. That's the biggest challenge for every coach around the country right now these days: adapt or fall behind.
Just got to be ready to adjust, I mean, and obviously I think we're all in sort of a wait and see mode, right now. And the most immediate thing for us is recruiting. You're trying to hopefully convince some prospects, recruits to potentially sign with you, but they have, in a lot of cases, they haven't physically been on your campus before. So got to get creative, a lot of YouTube videos and virtual tours and that type of thing to try to give them as most accurate of a picture of UIW as you can.
Dow isn't the only head coach dealing with changes to their standard athletic schedule. In fact, the entire UIW athletics department has been communicating throughout this pandemic.
I probably had more conversations, with the men's basketball staff, and did bump into Eric more so a few weeks ago, and it's, you feel for every sport, obviously, but even for, you look at football, I think they got maybe 2 weeks of practice in, and then all of a sudden, like I said, comes to an abrupt end. But, at the same time, there's sports that didn't get any practices in. Richard Duran, our interim athletic director, has done a fantastic job of keeping everybody in the loop. I think almost daily, sending out emails to us about, where we are as a university, what we're doing as a department, and that kind of thing. So I think everybody's been pretty connected in that regard.
There has been one bright spot for Dow. CBS has been rebroadcasting old national championship games, and it's given Dow a chance to relive some of his favorite moments while learning from basketball's rich history.
The Villanova-Georgetown game where Harold Jensen and Raleigh Massimino in the early 80s. I think I was still in high school at that point. That's how far back that was, against Patrick Ewing. And at that age, I knew I wanted to coach. I didn't really know what all it entailed, but you'll see a play or something like, I'm going to write that down. It could be something I said 25 years ago and it still has value. But we've got a good core coming back. They understand what we want to be about, on both ends of the floor and how we want to play and that type of thing. And, we're going to have to kind of attack, offensively a little bit differently than what we did this past year.
Here's a look at just how important this season was for the Cardinals. They qualified for their first Southland Conference tournament as the 7th seed before the tournament was canceled. They notched the best overall record, 14-15, since bumping up to Division I play in 2013. And senior Imani Robinson was the first Cardinal ever selected first-team All-Conference in Division I. Certainly a high standard for next year's squad to match. When we come back, Greg will have the results of tonight's instant replay poll question.